hopefully we are live. I'm posting this up for the members. It doesn't seem to be. Alright, I'll have to do because that's the other one. Okay. Let's come back to here. Close that. Yes, it looks like we're live. Fingers crossed. This is take 2. If you managed to catch it while it was live, I don't know why. For some reason, it's just disappeared. So maybe we'll end up with 2 videos, but I'm just going to go through and do a quick one, hopefully remembering everything I said in the last one. So this is the card that I pulled in our daily video that seems to have disappeared. It said we were live, but anyway, whatever the reason, this is the light and shadow. Maybe there's a reason for everything. Divine timing, 2s. So the card I pulled was Fire Rat, which is light and shadow. Associated with the sun and the summer, the most yang season, yang fire is the element of light, love, hope and joy. The rat is a pure water sign that rules winter. So the most yin season. While this animal's physical size may be small, its mere presence can bring fear and anxiety, emotions associated with water. The fire rat pillar reminds us that even the slightest hope can help you find the way out of the dark, and the bigger fears can motivate you to shine your best light. The fire rat is a card of contrast. Like heaven and earth, there are 2 sides to everything. Cultivate the ability to see both sides of the story to give you the full perspective. Consider the juxtaposition that exists in your life. Can each one exist without its opposite? Where there is love, there is also fear. We each have the free will to choose one over the other. The fire rat pillar invites you to turn fear into love. It is also and always possible to cultivate love despite living in fear. This yin will always be the opposite of the yang, but there is yin, there will always be yang within, and vice versa. So the message from heaven here is be generous with your light, like yang fire that is the sun, even in the darkest of times. A simple practice to help you tune into the energy of the yang fire is to gaze at the sun at sunrise or sunset when yin and yang are both active, observing any shifts in your energy as the sun rises and sets. This is why in like yoga practices they talk of early morning sunrise practice, these very powerful times when the energy of you have that yin and yang energy going on. With the earth, the rat encourages you to befriend your biggest fears. They can be the most powerful forces to motivate you out of the dark. Now, thinking of our fears, they're there to keep us alive. Our fear is that part of the brain where we can be in fight or flight. It's that reptilian part of the brain, if you like, that we are kind of evolving out of. It has a job to do. But in sense of this card, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful sunset. The depths of the water, though, the deep aspects of the water, our subconscious, our emotions, our fears, they're being brought to light, where the shadow is darkest when the light is strongest. So just allowing yourself to working with as we're coming through, we're working with our shadow at the moment, the stuff, the fears, our darkest, deepest fears that are coming up. I've forgotten everything I said in the video. There was loads I added when I was in flow. I'm trying to do it from memory. See, that's my things, not knowing. So what else was it we said with regards to the light? and how it works on us with regards to the shadow, the contrast. Where is the greatest contrast in your life at the moment? How can you work with evolving that? And the rat as well, it symbolises to me in one of my other packs the nibbling away at things, the loss of things, loss in general, and grief is obviously associated with this season, but it's that where things are getting gnawed at, nibbled, that we're kind of slowly the things that eat away at us. And the sun here is shining a light on that, and where you can make changes, where you can have shifts. So our fears aren't something that we can, there's that expression, isn't there? Like, feel the fear and do it anyway. That's all well and good if you're not someone that suffers from debilitating anxiety. But our anxiety, sometimes it's that fear of what hasn't happened, of the unknown, or sometimes it's linked to things that has happened to us, things that are past experiences of what's the known, that we're fearing and reliving happening again and again and again, those experiences, whatever they may be, and the contrasts, things in our life. And I say about fear here because I feel like fear, it's talking about fear being the opposite of love, which it is, and allowing yourself to let love in, let the light in. And one of my favourite quotes by Rumi is that the wound is where the light enters. The wound of the fears of our culture, the fears of our heritage that have kind of been passed down from generational fears even, biases and all sorts, allowing the light to enter those areas is what is happening now. So we're seeing the shadow because the light is at its highest, but we're seeing it so we can know where it is, know what needs fixing, know what needs shifting, know what needs changing, know where there is a contrast, but also to get to the middle point, the balance point, the sunset, the sunrise, those points with the yin and yang, allowing yourself to be in those states where you are at your highest points, you're without judgment of all of your own shadow, your contrast, those things that we're working with at the moment that we know we need to be doing, we know we need to be sorting. It's not anything that we don't know. Maybe there's some people that aren't aware, that are completely asleep, possibly, but I think if you're watching me, then you're not one of those people. And that not even a judgment of that. That's everything in divine timing. We all go through our own path and process in the right time. It's just that there's many of us at the moment energetically going through these shifts. There's things are being shown to us to get us out of that, because the light, by definition, is working on the density within us, those denser areas in our life that now can be shaken up and shifted. And density, that's not just in our lives, that's in our societies, that's in our global communities. Things are kind of being shaken up for a reason, and you want to be in the point of calm. That's what I was saying, being in the point, in the point within, and cultivating that peace within through your love and understanding and forgiveness of yourself and of others. And maybe a judgment detox is on the cards here. But where are you judging yourself? Where are you judging others? Where is there major contrast in your life? This is what it's saying. Where can you shift that? Where can you be more in balance with that? More understanding of that? Where can you use the intelligence of the rat and stop things being nibbled away at in its tracks, allowing the sun, the joy, to penetrate those fears? And looking at that light as well, there's another light thing that's coming through, is like where you see the liquid plasma, where we see those liquefying of our emotions, the emotions coming up and being triggered. Allow the light into those areas. That's where the judgment detox needs to be, that we are all human. We need to go beyond that point. And it might be just micro things in our own life, but it might be the macro of the microcosm of our reality. So those liquid light glistening on the top of the surface, allow that to start to penetrate that depth of the subconscious, that ocean light, to get down and filter through to the silt, to those areas, in its contrast. Because, like the tree, we need both. We need to have that light out leaves, but also be rooted and grounded in depths, and allowing the leaves to fall down, going into the soil and transmuting all of those things. But sometimes you have to uproot some of that, turn over the soil in preparation, if you like, and lift and going over. And there's this sense of going over at the moment, and that's what this card is recommended today. So I will leave you with that. Thank you for your time, love and blessing. Hopefully this one will save, and maybe you'll have 2 of me talking about this card. Have a great day ahead, and just don't be in 2 minds, knowing that we are both. We are yin, we are yang, and that's okay. You're going to have these times. But being in the balance, you want the flow of yin, you want the flow of yang within the energies cultivation of your body. You don't want to be running constantly or sleeping constantly. You can't breathe out constantly or breathe in constantly. There is that balance of both. Blessings for your day. Take a breath and remember, the point of power is in the moment. It's in the inhale, exhale, the point where you shift in between.